have OneSnap Esports go up against Eclipse Esports. So be ready for this. It's gonna be really nice. We will be starting the lobby in just a bit and head into the picks and the bans. So be ready for that. But of course, get ready for a really good match. We saw OneSnap doing really well. We saw Eclipse having a really hard time. So let's see how they bounce back or whether OneSnap starts to dominate yet again in game two. Renmar, your thoughts?
This uh, I'm still really shocked about what we saw in the last game from One Snap. Like as you mentioned, they're probably super fired up to try to be the best team again in Super War right now because as we all know, the team to beat it's IPT. It's Imperium Pro Team. And that used to be One Snap. And the surgical precision that they showed in the last game was
Reporting for duty.
I feel like it's the classic One Snap, but something felt a little bit different. That was more cleaner than it could. I didn't expect it could be cleaner, but that was so clean that Eclipse was just completely surprised and
They were blindsided by the,
blindsided completely.
by that kind of play. That was some really good stuff.
So yeah, if I'm Eclipse here, gotta do a better job of putting up a good fight. Not that they didn't try that, but with what they were seeing coming in from the Iron Man of Sync 1, they should have responded to that too. Doctor Strange should have been roaming more. I mean, you have the portals, poke. You don't even need to go completely so close to the bottom lane. Pop the portal, throw in a bolt of ball attack. You can get out. That should be fine. So let's see how they respond here. The draft so far, Ancient One and Captain America being banned out here by Eclipse. Meanwhile, One Snap bans out the Star Lord and the Vision. Not wanting to give the Vision because they did rock that and they don't want to go up against that. Meanwhile, Deadpool, Thing, and Namor, a very scary two tank combination being picked out here by Eclipse. Is that gonna be enough, do you think, so far, Isaac?
Hmm, I don't know. Because Eclipse are gonna need to pull out all the stops, to be honest. With a game that clean, they are going to ride this momentum into game number two, and they could potentially get even cleaner than that. So, considering they'd be, dusting off the rust after not playing live for a bit. But think about it. With a performance like game one, we can't wait to see what we could see from OneSnap in game number two, and that only means that Eclipse are gonna need to step up even more as well.
The War Machine pick, after seeing a Black Panther pick, I'm not that big a fan of because War Machine is gonna leave himself open here for King of Wakanda. Just dive in. He can get stunned, slowed.
I also want to
God, he
point
has to
out,
be careful.
like, look at their composition. They have Namor, they have Thing, they have Deadpool, they have Jubilee. All of those are gonna be diving in. War Machine's the only one at the back lines. So
Mhm.
if a flank comes in from Musami on this Black Panther, he's as good as gone.
Yeah, so it's all gonna be up on Sykes and Cody to decide which one of them are gonna be diving at the right time. They really can't leave War Machine open. They have to take turns here. If both of them dive in, War Machine is as good as dead. If if you even just give Black Panther just a little bit of opening, so that's gonna be very very difficult here for Eclipse. But let's see, he might be able to pull it off.
One of the fastest games as well. So let's see what happens in game two. This is some really sick stuff, but looks like, you know what, Eclipse, we're not phased by this. We're gonna change our game plan. We're gonna invade with our composition against the Yondu, and we're being harassed. We're really gonna do this
Mm-hmm.
from the back. But OneSnap, they recognize that they're not going to be able to win that. It's going to be 50-50, so they might as well just play it safe, make the right call, and focus on the farms while the rest of their team do the invade instead. So they're going to counter each other with their own invades, and now it's going to be Jubilee and this Doctor Strange fighting in the mid lane again. Based on the matchup here, um I feel like the lane to watch is going to be the mid lane yet again, but
Yeah.
Yondu War Machine still seems like an interesting composition. I mean, considering that Ricky Roy is on a support Ant-Man.
Enemy hero missing.
Yeah, the Ant-Man would give that was a good support pick, alongside Yondu, especially if you get the knock up in, and they're distracted there. See, that's some
Exactly.
easy lands
Look
Enemy
at
there
hero missing.
from the skill shot of Deki, and oh my goodness, he even read that like a book. Catches out Skadi.
Look at the damage. The damage was really big. It doesn't even matter. He's a support right now, and Ricky Roy, look at this item. No damage items, but when he punched that Namor, that was a huge chunk. And while Yondu is free hitting, if that happens later in the game, it's gonna be a really big difference maker.
So it's
Enemy
all gonna be
hero
up for
missing.
Skadi here and Code to really be careful here.
Enemy
But
hero missing.
Deki is pretty on point right now with his ability to predict where Skadi seems to be going, because he's always landing the boosted arrow charge. But looks like they're gonna be getting help here from
Enemy
Deadpool.
hero
Probably
missing.
waiting for a gank, trying to time it out. Doesn't see the opportunity. Meanwhile, at the fight that we're looking for mid lane, Ezekiel just harassing
Enemy
Sync
hero
1
missing.
here. And seeing that Usami is nearby, just does a quick skateboard dash away.
True, but then again, we saw Ezekiel in game 1.
Enemy hero
Little to
missing.
no
Oh,
rotation.
Boulder
Golden's
Crash.
not gonna be committed onto Sync 1 though, but they're not gonna get anything else, or are they? There goes some quick dashes from Sync 1 to dodge all of those skill shots, and now it's the Deadpool in the wrong side of the map. Code 1, 2, 3 also gonna get picked off. OneSnap Esports answer back with a gank of their own and take out 2 members of Eclipse.
That was some really good movement by
Enemy
OneSnap.
hero
How
missing.
they just seem to perfectly collapse all together at the same time at the right spot, able to get the kill. That was,
Attack.
again, another clean job there.
Retreat.
But as you did mention, the fight to look out for here is in mid, and so far Ezekiel seems to be doing an okay job against Sync 1. He just has to keep it up here.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you gotta give help to your silence. Considering that Jubilee is one of the really mobile mid laners in Super War, you're gonna expect this Jubilee to make movements
Enemy
across
hero
the map, but
missing.
instead, you're trying to
Assemble.
trade against Doctor Strange that could simply dodge your skill shots and you're engaged. And while that is happening, Namor, War Machine, they're not gonna have a good time, especially because Ant-Man supports. That practically counters out this combo. Look at the whirlpool there. Ricky Roy is gonna be in the middle of that whirlpool. He's gonna pop up, go big, knock everyone up, and make that whirlpool completely useless. Not to mention AV1 on the Executioner. There's no way for them to contest. The Leviathan's secure. They're gonna go for a fight here.
Oh,
Usami's
that's
gonna try to
spacing.
run. The ult is popped, so they will kill off the Namor here. They're going for
Zeke.
more, but Ezekiel is trying to deal damage. Luminescence is not gonna be enough. Sync 1 is chasing after the Jubilee, but the damage is going on and on and on for Sync 1. They're not even stopping because AV1 is on the chase. They might be able to kill
Ooh.
Sykes here. They were able to
The
do
ult-
that, and even War Machine gets taken out after the pullback from Sync 1. One hell of a team fight there, and now OneSnap. You thought it was clean in game 1. They are up 6-0, and it's even cleaner now.
Wow, the precision that OneSnap is moving right now. It's
An allied turret has been destroyed.
Eclipse is really doing their best to respond and turn this around, but OneSnap just seems to have an answer. The positioning there is on point. Their timers are on point. This is some wild movement that we're seeing here by OneSnap.
Attention.
And Eclipse, Eichmann, Vince having a hard time, not able to find an opening. At the times that he finds an opening, it looks like he might be able to find it. The Boulder Crash goes off. He gets the start on Deki. Looks like here comes the rotation from Jubilee. Will be able to get a double kill. Deki is having a reload, but they still somehow survive. They still somehow live through that with a wonderful rotated initiation there on the top lane from Eclipse. Still falling short and not enough to get the kill. How did they survive that? Just inches and inches away from death, and somehow they turned it around and live. Wow.
Ezekiel, man, he's trying to step up, but that has got to be demoralizing. He could have finally gotten a kill for his team, but it just wasn't enough. you know, OneSnap, they know the limits of their heroes, and I think they recognize, you know what? This Jubilee is not going to be able to kill us. We're going to get away with a sliver of health, and that's exactly what happened. 6 minutes and 15 seconds into this game, we're already seeing OneSnap with the lane swap. They're going to be getting ready for the Surtur here. And while this is happening, it's the same situation. AV1 is going to pressure the bot side. He's going to try to annoy the hell out of his opponents. He's going to catch out the War Machine though. He pushes the AV1 Executioner away, and he's going to be able to get out just fine. But now though, this is going to be a decision for Eclipse. Are they going to be going for the Surtur, or are they going to defend their bot side?
Looks like they're going to be going in for a shove at the top lane. It goes down, and no turrets down yet for Eclipse. It's only been OneSnap being able to crack through and break 2 turrets. Eclipse, none right now, and it's showing just how pressured they are in all lanes, how much they're having such a hard time, and looks like we're going to see another fight here in the middle.
Uh-oh. They're going for it. Deadpool goes
Boulder
in.
Crash.
Boulder Crash will land on top of Ricky Roy, but that's an Ant-Man. It doesn't even matter. This time it's OneSnap on the offensive. They're going to go in. Oh, no. Deadpool's going to try to stop them, but look at the Executioner just going absolutely ham. Damage after damage after damage, and all 5 members of Eclipse bow out of that team fight. That is an ace. 11-0. And with that, OneSnap head toward the Surtur and go for another objective, with Eclipse Esports just scratching their heads thinking, what can we do?
That's what I look like right now. I'm scratching my head and thinking, what could Eclipse do with this? It's just clean across the board. Eclipse is
7-0.
doing everything they can to put up a fight, but they can't just seem to get that elusive pick-off kill.
And
Zeke was the closest, but no, he couldn't get it.
Coming from the manager of OneSnap Esports as well, you know, there was an instruction: if you die, you lose a cut of the prize pool. I mean, if that was me, I'd be motivated to hell as well. And it looks like it's paying off really well for OneSnap, because they're gonna get rid of the Leviathan. Surtur's not gonna be up just yet because it's already been taken. They're gonna head towards the top side here, a teleport from Yondu to support this Surtur, while the rest of his teammates are slowly rotating, making sure the waves are on par with each other. Eclipse Esports are gonna try to defend the top lane tower. Usami's getting ready for a fight here, but the damage from Surtur is really big that they are gonna possibly be able to take it. OneSnap though, going in, they're gonna take out 3 members already. Looks like another one will fall. That's 4 dead. War Machine is all alone to defend this base. This is gonna be one hell of a defense, because right now there's no one left. Sync 1 just made sure, you know what, it's not gonna happen. We're gonna wipe all of you yet again. It's the 16-0. It was 18-1 in game 1, and this is looking like a GG. 2-0 OneSnap Esports.
I'm absolutely speechless at what we just saw. That was night and day. That was the sun shining through